BTC is making a pump, but don't forget about XRP and XLM. We're going to talk about the price moves because Bitcoin looks to be set to break 40,000 here soon. And Swift goes big with cross-border payments. Got news to share with you. And yes, chalk went up for the old guys. Took third in overall Masters division today. It's nice to be passing up the kids when you run the mountain. Yeah, today was a training run getting ready for my ultra, and I was like, yo, let's run a 10K mountain race. Not bad for just screwing around, huh? Ducklow's XRP says, problem with gold and especially silver, when you buy it, it's really hard to sell. I know I have lots that I want to part with. That's the reason why I'm selling pretty much all of it now. Silver is harder to sell than gold, but honestly, it's not that hard to sell. Auctions are bringing big time. Dude, have you seen eBay? And I understand fees, but if you put in margins on there, dude, they're paying above spot on eBay. It's nuts. Pesky Logic Chalinsky, good to see you. F YouTube, I get what you're saying. Says, in Tron we trust. No, my good man, we don't trust in Tron, not at all. Check it out. Heat man, Bitcoin's in at 38,770. ETH 2,100 at the time of recording. XRP sitting at 61.1. We're going to talk about XP and XLM coming up soon. Bitcoin set to break $40,000 barrier, says crypto expert. It just looks like a rising floor. There's a tweet here, and I got to admit, this sums it up perfectly. And for those of you out there that like juicy action, those of you out there that like maybe some juicy volatility plays, dude, 2024 seems to be rocking for that potential. Check it out. What do we got in 2024? ETF, halving, rate cuts from the Fed, and an election. Dude, that is huge. Also, fingers crossed, right? We squash and, quell the whole Middle East conflict stuff. So maybe that could be number 5. A lot of good things right there. And the rate cuts that they're talking about, that's global. Elections, ton of them happening here. So the whole world has massive, massive events coming up. So, positivity. Now, okay, cross-border payments, we talk XRP, XLM a lot on this channel. So when something comes up that's cross-border payments, I gotta share it with you. And this is really interesting because this comes from Swift, okay? Swift launches near instant cross-border transfers to and from Europe. We talk about risk and reward. Swift has launched an instant payment system that dramatically accelerates cross-border transactions both to and from Europe. This initiative, part of the European Payments Council, one leg out instant credit. Oh my God, couldn't you guys come up with a faster name? Jeez. Operates continuously, bringing a new dynamic to the realm of global financial transactions. So they got a whole bunch of banks here, tons of banks, tons of different financial rail systems and all that. But there's a quote in here, okay? For example, Carmen Ray Poza, Swift's global product owner at Banco Santander, massive bank. Any of y'all played Santander action? It's juicy. Says this initiative leverages existing rails and connections, so there's no need for big developments or divestments, and offers not only the much desired instantaneously, but also the capacity to track your payments. It will improve significantly the customer experience for both senders and receivers. And one of the fears I've had about XRP and XLM is that if they take too long to get adoption, and if they take too long to roll out products that the public can use, that the business world can use, and so forth, other people are going to come up in the scene. And what I see here is interesting because the selling point for Swift is exactly that. They can approach banks, massive institutions, say, look, you don't need any big developments. You don't need any investments. You really don't need to learn anything new. We're using existing rails and systems. So you guys are pretty much set. Let's just sign you up. Now, a crypto place comes in, there's, okay, we got to get you to open up wallets. Now, this is how it works. Remember to add the memos. And there's just a lot more steps to that. And remember, there's still a lot more faith. And it's not me being negative. I'm just being honest with you. There's a lot more faith right now in banks than there is in crypto. Now, there used to be way more faith in banks, but we've seen since March when the S banks went down, right, that kind of, feeling eroded a bit, but there's still way more faith in banks than in crypto. So Swift's big selling point is telling people, hey, look, you don't have to invest really anything. Development's not really there. It uses all existing stuff. When can we sign you up, my good man? So competition there. Now, Bitcoin earlier talked set to hit 40,000. Us XLM and XRP holders, XLM especially, because I got to be honest with you, XLM needs as much help as it can get right now. Because not only is it a laggard, it is like barely moving. But Bitcoin's making this move. And we're like sitting here going, well, wait a minute. Can you take the alts with you? Because we know Bitcoin tugs up and down on the alts. But this last move has had Bitcoin way stronger than the alts. So here we go. I've got this from the beginning of October. Beginning of October, Bitcoin up 43%. XRP 18, XLM about 7%. All right, so again, XLM the laggard. And what we've seen, especially recently, okay, since the 21st, is Bitcoin really making the roar. Yes, now did we see a little fake news pump on the action with XRP? Yeah, but you saw we eroded that real quick. But check this out. For 1 year, you've got way more juice in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in red, by the way. XRP is in light blue. XLM is in purple. Bitcoin for a year, look at 126%. So we're seeing some patterns play out. And they're not playing out directly, right? Bitcoin did not participate at all in the Taurus pump action. That's all of this right here. But in this last move, post-Taurus pump, Bitcoin is really roaring. And I mean making a strong move here. Look at this. 53% up, okay, in the last year. And that was September 24th. Now, not like 2 months later, you're talking now up 126%. So what we're seeing is the investor class out there favor Bitcoin on this move. They're favoring the ETF play right now. That's where the excitement is. When Taurus action goes, check it out, right? Your alts really went. Bitcoin, looked at as a commodity, did no love there, right? So during that time, we were talking Bitcoin, you ain't doing much, girlfriend, while the alts are sitting here pumping, looking juicy. Moves didn't hold. Now, Bitcoin is looking like the one that's pumping, where the alts aren't doing as much. Now, it's interesting. Zoom into the 5-day. It's really not that crazy of a story. Okay? Zoom out just a little bit more. Watch what happens here when I turn this into the 15-minute window. 15-minute window, there's not much story in Morning Glory. Bitcoin only up 3%. XLM 1.6, XRP 0.6. So yeah, Bitcoin is making the move. Remember, the alts made a very strong move mid-year where Bitcoin had to catch up. Now, recently, we're seeing more action, right? And I'm talking about the last 2 months. But recently, within the last week, well, everything's looking pretty much the same. Now, what I didn't show you, and shame on me, was that Bitcoin volume has been stealing the rooster lately. And like I said, once that whole ETF thing plays out, then what? Right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Where are people going to play next? So yeah, we can have, or let Bitcoin have its day. I think a lot of us understand that. Store of value play, definitely stronger. ETF play, definitely right there, okay? We saw when the fake XRP ETF news came out, okay, that moved. But obviously, since we found out it was fake, didn't last. But the Bitcoin ETF, we know people are filing, and we know it's going to get proved sooner or later. So you're seeing the market play that. My big question then comes, where are they playing next? Do we see alts keep that going? Do we see now, because of these big events that we got coming up, halving is going to bring more attention into crypto. Elections globally are going to be big because we're going to be talking about, hey, who's pro and who's anti-crypto? Already seeing ads out on TV. Been talking to my friends across the pond. Y'all got elections too this year coming up in 2024. So rate cuts. Yeah, Eurozone could see rate cuts in Q3. They're a bit behind the U.S., the UK, I think, looks fairly good right now. They might even see a rate cut. We're talking Q2, early Q3. So, they're looking pretty good. US, we're looking at Q2 is when it starts kind of pivoting a little bit, right around April time. So, looking pretty good coming up. What are y'all doing today? Like I said, I told you what I did. I ran a race tired as part of training for an ultra marathon and took third in the Masters division. Like I said, chalk one up for the old guys. Not bad because I got 18th actually overall, like out of everyone. And by the way, again, the ladies showed up today and killed it. There were several cross-country female runners there, collegiate runners. Whoa, were they moving. So shout out to the local ladies for killing it in the sports scene. I got 6 miles of running, though, left today to do at ultra marathon pace. Tomorrow, my thing is telling me that I got one more run to do, and then I'm off on Monday. And then I got one more rough week, and then I start tapering, and then we do the big race of the year. A lot of stuff is happening. Be excited. I'll catch y'all later.